Alright, I want to go through yet another way to control the flow through our program. Now, in our previous one, we went through the if-else statement. So if something is true, do this. If it's false, do this. What if we wanted to check, if, say, a number entered is 1, do this. If a number is 2, do this. If it's 3, do this. 4, you can do this with strings. If the name is Bob, do this. If it's Susie, do this. If it's Michelle, do this. There's a new thing added to Python fairly recently. In other languages, like C++, it's called a switch statement. Python called it a match statement. So we're going to go over that right now. So let's go open desktop Python. We'll call this call it match. Hit this. Alright, make a new file. Alright, so we need a number from the user. We're just going to use numbers for right now. Let's say number equals, okay, it's a number, so we need an int. And now we need to ask for input. So input, and say enter a number. Just space this all out, make it pretty. Okay. Now, before, what we did was something like this. If the number is less than 5, do this. More than 5, do this, and so on. This can get pretty verbose. So instead, we're going to introduce the match statement. So it looks something like this. Match. And we will feed it our number. And colon. Oh, excuse me. I need parentheses. Number. Actually, you know what? I might be confused here. I think it's just this. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry about that. Too many different languages I mess with. So match. Then we're going to feed it our number. And now, similar to other ones, we're going to check the case where our number is 1. It's kind of how it's read. So we're going to match number and then check, in this case, if it's 1. Now, here again, notice Python is indenting everything by a tab every time. So here we're going to say print it's 1. Okay. Now let's check for the case where it's 2. Print it's 2. Let's check for the case where it's 3. You get the idea. Now, what if we want to check for the case where it's something else? So it's not 1, 2, or 3, it's just any other number. Python has a way of doing that. You would say case underscore colon. Okay? Kind of like just it's something else. And then just like before, we'll say print it's something else. And that's it. So this is a little easier to read than multiple if-else statements, all the way through. It's just kind of, here's the number, and then if it's 1, 2, 3, or something else. Pretty straightforward. Kind of a cool add to Python. So let's save this, and then of course let's test it out. So enter a number. How about 1? Sure enough, it's 1. Enter 3. Yep, it's 3. Now let's say 87. Yep, it's something else. So works great. I'm sure you can see a way this could be super useful in your programs.